So basically, I'm in charge of this project. There's a consultant engaged for this project. That's Mr. Jeffrey King. He's seated right here in front. The review, we're reviewing the existing Mining Act, Mining Safety Act, 1977, and the Mining Safety Regulation, 1935, or Chapter 195A. Before me, I like sharing a bit of stories here. It amazes me what the ministers, the Vice Minister and the Minister for State and Enterprise said this morning. It's about time you become sanab na luglug scaling na observe more something. You may assess you good before you may move and progress as a nation. Papua New Guinea is blessed with a lot of resources, but it comes down to management problem. Management is an issue, and it comes down to individual. How you make your laws come out and thinking to me, Mr. Go influence him and manipulate him on one and this and make him inside office. So, in this part, you will try to make him or something where you go inside one time or thinking the government. Law sends him how we can run him the mining industry blue in the country to contribute meaningfully to national best that can benefit some of those provinces that also, least developed. I come from a least developed province in the southern region, but I'm a proud Papua New Guinean because some of those provinces that have mines in them contribute to the national best, which my province benefit annually when it comes to annual budget. And we are still part of Papua New Guinea. Otherwise, thinking to break away, I cannot do so. But I'll go into my presentation. That's the focus of the theme of the review, changing the way we do business in mining. And of course, when we change that, we have to improve the quality of our people's life. Okay, that's the start of my presentation. The primary focus of the revised Mining Health and Safety Act, which will be called when it's enacted by the Parliament, it will be called Mining Health and Safety Act. The primary focus will be on the health and safety of all mining activities. It will be addressing the three main components, which is workforce, machineries, technology, and the environment, and particularly targeting these main areas here. Large-scale mining, also terrestrial mining, SML, which will no longer be any SML when the revised Mining Act comes into being. Small scale for mining lease, mine closure alluvial mining, quarries, geothermal resource extraction, coal seam methane extraction, and offshore mining. Are you all with me? Mas beginning presentation dun because Misa Leslo plenty question. The application, the revised act and the regulation, basically to clarify some plain or clear good, that act is very specific. Unlike the Mining Act, the Health and Safety or the Mining Safety Act in its current form, it's very specific because it applies for and regulate inspection of mines and works and for related purposes. Mines and works defined under NIT law. I don't need to put them up there because the draft regulation and the act itself will be circulated in 2 weeks time. Am I right, Jeff? Yeah. To all stakeholders, so you can have the benefit to read through them and comment. And it covers minerals, categories of natural resources which may be extracted from land as defined under NIT law, revised Mining Act. Am I right there? Oh, sorry. Okay, this is a general policy statement. A mine owner shall minimize risk to health and safety for miners and others affected by the operation of the mine by implementing control measures such as this ones here. I'll go through them. Minimizing or eliminating activities which pose risk to miners and public, isolating persons from any or all assets arising from the mine, implementing engineering controls, implementing administrative controls, providing mine equipment designed to accord with all best of class health and safety standard, na nararamdaman lo PE or safety equipment or something. Just to advise the participants here. We are considering all jurisdictions around the world, how our best will apply more law, health and safety standard law. But let me remind you, it doesn't mean we will apply this law, standard law inside the country, because it doesn't work. Most of the time, we lack funding, we lack the capacity, skill, manpower, or implementing most of something. We want to make sure that this policy or the laws must be practically applicable or setting like Papua New Guinea while observing Muslim law. But not to bring it down to the lowest level, but at least maintaining standard, but make it possible for Mibla Wata inside the country or Benin. Nugut yung current law, US come na put him international best practice no. People cannot go up there and meet the standard. These next two slides will basically look at the revised Mine Health and Safety Act. That's part A of it. The second part B would be on the revised Mine Health and Safety Regulation. I'll go through the first part. These are selected provisions of the draft. That's in summary, it's not in detail. We're just capturing some things that need to be made mention of. Inspection, management, and supervision. There should be proper appointment of mine inspectors. There will no longer be a time of you applying qualified mine inspector or OCs come now. Just saling go mine site. You come through and be properly certified first. So before you go to mine site. Observation of health and safety standard and requirements. All mines to have mine managers who have to be certified. This board of examiners, the requirement to law for managers to be certified, examined and certified before go start work on mine site. Owners of mine to ensure mine and works comply with this legislation, the revised one. They have to have, it's mandatory that every mine operating in the country should have health and safety management plan. It should be a precondition. Implement the supervision of employees, it's mandatory. Make sure there's no health and safety concerns if there's no proper supervision. Its restrictions, it may not apply to all people of mine, but alluvial mining is a major concern because government laring family tend to do what? Kisimot pini blo lili underage na karimol go exposing them to mercury. It's very interesting if you can recall last week's front page national and talks about alluvial mining. Also, it gives a recognition law and law criminal country. Every individual, when they reach the age of 18, they have the legal capacity to sue and to be sued, to be named in any court proceeding, or you get right law, law. One of something only law, Plans of mines, there should be periodic inspections by the CIM, sought for Chief Inspector of Mines. Copies of all mine plans to be provided annually to the Chief Inspector of Mines. Construction of dams, design, construction, alteration of mines, dams, for example, runoffs, etc. Inspection of abandonment, especially for or walk or walking finish na lusin mo or something stuff wrong. there should be proper inspection to make sure that it doesn't cause any health and safety concerns. Treatment of spirits, this small phrase here I'll read. A person shall not, in constructing a dam, for example, for a dam, deviate out of the original approved plan which was given to the Chief Inspector of Mines or the person who's under whose supervision all of constructing sila dam no. Right, if I'm talking too fast, talk silent and we slowly. Accidents and inquiries, accidents to be reported, notification of accidents and equipment failures. This is a recommend for setup of a commission of inquiry. And in it was the revised act and the regulation, he provide him, outline him good all responsibilities and how the composition of the commission of inquiry. And it should be headed by the Chief Inspector of Mines. The fifth point there, mining emergencies. No mining or quarrying permitted without an emergency plan. I think some club mine in the past, they just go in and then they develop the emergency plan when they're in operation. That would not be the case. You prepare a pass na you show me plan, then you simple license plan na go. All mines shall have in place emergency plans, safety of mining operations, and to ensure there's means of exit, entry and exit in case of emergency evacuations. Offences, penalties, and proceedings. If you look at the first presenter, I'm talking basically the same thing. The Mineral Resources Authority, it's in line with the existing provisions, Section 50 of the Mineral Resources Authority Act 2005. It talks about consultation one time state, public prosecutor or prosecuting or something. The revised what I'm putting one set, the MRA should consult the chief legal advisor to the government, state solicitor. And if there's a matter of criminal nature, consult with the public prosecutor. For civil litigation, Solicitor General. It's very interesting because since 2009, I came up with, sorry, I think, yeah. Okay, I'll talk and let the projector to come on by itself. Yeah, with regard to prosecution penalties, literally there's no effective implementation of prosecution or kind of some fines. We have checked, but I think some companies have the records of all kind something, but we don't know. So I'm just assuming from our records, there's no proper data of effective prosecution, implementation of also kind something. So what does it tell me? It tells me that there's lack of prosecution, effective implementation of prosecution. So people are trying to lulu make something to change legal law. Not to chase away developers because we need investors and or company to help people run and contribute. More mineral because we lack the technology. Yeah. Saway start, that's all. Not everybody is skilled enough to do that. Duty of care. Duty of care, of course, Sami highlighted in this revised act and regulation calls for duty of care. Duty of care is simply who's my neighbor? You respect yourself and respect your neighbor, kind of thing. In simple layman's term. But for lawyers, that's how we define things. Roles and responsibility, management, etc. are distinctly identified and clearly defined. This last point here, I just put it there. We're still working on that particular thing here, called mining enforcement and prosecution guidelines, just basically to help us to do effective prosecution and enforcement. That would be developed. That's one of the projects in the department which will be later given to MRA to implement. That's the first part of it. That's for the revised Mining Health and Safety Act. Now I'll proceed to the regulations. Board of Examiners and Certificates. That would be the entity responsible for examining and certifying mine managers. Will be headed by the Chief Inspector of Mines. That would be a precondition to all mine managers' employment in the mining industry of our country. Health and safety management systems, already spot. A mine owner shall ensure that the health and safety management plan is prepared for each mine or proposed mine for the proper management of all mining hazards to health and safety arising from the specific mining technique and procedures and mine development and production plan and minerals to be produced. And the last part, that should be in place before, reviewed during the life of the mine, and closure and rehabilitation. That's just a general statement there that's inconsistent with the policies that have been developed by the department. Emergency response plan, as I referred to earlier on, that sets out the need for emergency response plan to be in place in consultation with the Emergency Services Organization and Mines Inspectorate, provincial and local level governments in respect of emergencies that may have an impact upon communities near the mine site, the mine itself and the communities nearby. Okay, for this, that point here, health and safety representative and committee, there's none in the existing act. Because of this act, the focus of the act is primarily for health and safety of workers and all mines and works at their mine site. There's a need for this committee to be in place. Committee consists of representatives from both the employees and employer. Should be seen as a mechanism, a grievance mechanism to keep checks and balances of any health and safety concerns faced by the workers. That committee here, the primary purpose, these representatives here from both the employees and employer, they will form this committee here, which is called Health and Safety Committee. Their primary purpose is to consult and cooperate with the registered manager for a mine and employer for a mine on all matters relating to health and safety of persons at the mine. Am I right? Okay, the fourth point, health and safety resolutions. Mine trucks and light vehicles safety, example brakes, machineries, requirement or all this. I think these are basic things, but simple things, if not taken into consideration, can cause major issues regard to health and safety at the mine site. So, summary point, assessing the impact on the safety of workers and others in current and proposed mining operations in developing the control measures to manage risk associated with roads and other vehicle operating areas. I'll move on. Electrical work and equipment, this should be certified electrical work manager. For any electrical work and installations, there needs to be proper supervision. And that person up there, the certified electrical work manager, is responsible for that. The operator of a mine must ensure that in risks associated with the use of electricity, the occupational health and safety risk assessment for mine shall be taken into consideration. Once on that, I think in the occupational health and safety conference we had last month, I think the people from labor and industrial presenting on the draft one ML. Just that's in general to all activities, but the Mining Health and Safety Act is more specific for mining itself. So just to make a really difference. Clarify, Mr. Samson. Dangerous goods, there's a requirement for labeling of dangerous goods, storage and spillage of liquids. There's a need for classification of dangerous goods. Dangerous goods, by definition, some legally fundamental, abstract here, goods and substances that by reason of their nature or condition may endanger the safety of persons at a mine. Come here. I thought I switched over. Explosives. There's a need for a certified explosive manager for handling of explosives. There's a requirement for proper storage and transportation, manufacture of those. And that would be subjected to our very outdated Explosive Act 1953. No unauthorized person shall have access to explosive and to inform the Chief Inspector of Mines of explosives left behind at a mine work. Ladders and trolling ways to ensure proper fencing or short guiding ropes, especially for underground mining. For some of us who are not in the industry, know what the mines got open cut, some got underground mining too. For example, Pogar, or some Bien by Kamarlo. So that's basically for those that engage in underground mining activities. Winding, approval of installation of major works to winding system. There should be a certified winding manager. The mine operates to ensure that the winding system for each shaft that is in use and all components of winding system are tested regularly to ensure the safety of its performance. Waste and waste dumps, there should be a guideline in place for all developers to put that in place. Conceptual, work on them, all responsible entities. Plans and specification of dams, that is inconsistent. That's consistent with what we will produce next year. That's one of our main project. Ingat tubla, one plan downstream processing policy, and the other one by department by engaged law development. Ventilation. Time you walk underground, or you need good air condition or air supply, oxygen, constant supply of oxygen to you running. Otherwise, you're a dead man. Ventilation, dust and fumes. The operator of mine of an underground mine shall ensure ventilation control plan is prepared to provide for management of all aspects of ventilation at the mine. Number 12. There should be proper supervision of alluvial miners. Conditions to be imposed by the Chief Inspector of Mines. We are not saying that we are taking away alluvial mining from our people in the village. all we are saying is we are trying to regulate and to make sure they are alive and they'll be part and parcel of Papua New Guinea because their survival means a lot to the progress of this country. We're all educated or uneducated, or Star Place or Star City. All of us contribute to the statistics of this country. So, in order for them to apply for license plus chemo, simply you go do proper training so you can appreciate and understand the health and safety concerns relating to the activity. So you submit that with the application to the Register of Tenements. Now Salim Golo, Mining Advisory Council, to make recommendations to the Minister whether to grant or refuse grant. Memoranda. Okay, I'll continue. Commencement, suspension, closing of mining operations. There should be proper. That's the normal thing that we normally do for all miners to ensure notice of commencement of mining operations and opening of mine shaft. Just the main 2 points we like raising. So radiation, sample chemicals or machines or solution or mindset to get the radioactive or effects low. So want to make sure that there should be in place proper radiation procedures and radiation safety requirements to monitor radioactive substance. That's basically just in short the definition of radioactive substance. Management of residential field facilities, appointment of there should be appointment of a certified town infrastructure manager in every town, in every mining project. All more legally called satellite towns to cater for the needs of the workers and the mine itself. So, in line with the government's thinking, why not you make sure you go down, you scale and go to one. I'm just saying it in general, but that's in relation to the 1M. The regulation itself, it talks about proper certification of infrastructure manager. So that's basically just a remark. To be consistent with the concept of mine sustainability, that's what the review is all about, to achieve sustainability. National governments are focused to encourage developers to work closely with the LLGs and host provinces to build infrastructures which are of value and manageable, not to go out somewhere in the big bush of my province or a province, build a 10-story there and cannot be managed when the mine shuts down and goes. Thank you. That's my conclusion.